Everybody right now has dreams, don't they, guys? All right, everybody in the NFL, I have a dream of making it in the NFL. I got a dream of winning a Super Bowl. I got a dream of being in a Pro Bowl. I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that?
Mosh pit.
You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart. Are you guys clear about this NFL shit now? We're not trying to go to the Peach Bowl. We're not trying to go to the Gator Bowl or the Bluebonnet Bowl. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Just win, baby. I love it. You know, I sit in my office and I just shake. I get so excited.
Raider Nation, was good, everybody? Before we jump into football talk, I want to give a huge thank you to everybody who sent prayers and well wishes my grandma's way. She was in the hospital for about a week after a heart surgery, and she got sick in the hospital with pneumonia, so she ended up staying there a little bit longer than we thought. But the good news is she came home last night and she's doing well, and I'm very appreciative for all of your guys' prayers and well wishes, and she's very appreciative as well. Due to COVID, I couldn't go visit her, and she was resting a lot, so she wasn't on her phone, so I really couldn't show her all the support that you guys were giving her, and it was killing me. I wanted her to see that because it was really a beautiful thing, man. Raider Nation, you guys showed out. This truly is a family, and from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you, because it meant a lot to me, and she was shocked. It meant a lot to her as well. So thank you. I love you guys. Now, I want to touch base on Sunday's game against the Falcons really quick. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing about the Falcons game, and trust me, I really don't want to talk about it, but there's just a few things that I feel like I need to address. This was the worst officiated game I have ever seen. Now, I'm not blaming the officials, but this one was bad. They didn't really play a part in our loss. The Raiders beat themselves real bad. There's no way you're giving up 5 turnovers and winning a game. It's just pitiful. But the officiating was trash. Play calling, very questionable this game as well. I was sitting there scratching my head the whole damn time. You abandon the run game completely. You give up your game plan. You go throw the ball. They've got you locked down the whole time. No adjustments. Just keep dinking and dunking. The only thing that worked was a screen pass to Renfro. I will say that I thought the defense was looking really good out there. And there's only so much they can do. They kept the offense in this game for as long as they could. And that score that ended up being the final score does not reflect how well that the defense played. I think the defense should be proud of themselves, and I think Raider Nation should be proud of the defense. They were doing all that they could to keep this offense in the game. The offense couldn't move the football, and when they did, they turned it over. It's hard to find the words for how disgusting that game was. So, with all that said, that was the most depressing game I have ever seen in my life, and there was no way I was coming on YouTube to talk about that after that game. I drunk myself into a stupor and forgot about football for about a week. But we're back. It's time to focus on the Jets. And the reason I bring up the Falcons game is because this Jets game is going to be a test to see how this Raiders team responds to adversity. This was terrible. All of the respect that the Raiders have earned this year, out the window with this Falcons game. They are a bottom tier team now, in my opinion. Good teams don't get beat like that. And the funny thing is, week 12, the Raiders were rolling. They go into the Jets last year and get slapped up. Same thing happens with the Falcons. Raiders are rolling, going into week 12. They get slapped up. I don't know what it is. Week 12, not looking good for Gruden. Hopefully this isn't a repeat of last year after week 12 where the Raiders just took a huge nosedive and missed the playoffs and lost a ton of games in the stretch. Let's see if this is a Raiders team that can bounce back. That's the ultimate test here. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And you've got a great opportunity to bounce back against a really bad Jets team that is obviously tanking. This team is not trying to win, I don't think. So if the Raiders don't go out and dominate, there's some serious issues here and we got to look at. Okay, so you see it. It's been on the screen for a while now. Raiders are outside the playoff picture as of right now. The silver lining here is that the Raiders are still very much in control of their destiny. They still have to play the Colts, and they still have to play the Dolphins, which are two teams that are right above them, right? We've already got the tiebreaker against the Browns. Surprisingly, the Browns are looking pretty dang good. But if they falter 2 games and the Raiders win out, they got the tiebreaker there. There's a lot of situations that can happen right now. There's still too much time left to speculate on all that. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you're the Raiders, you go beat the Dolphins and you go beat the Colts and you try to win out, right? Even if you don't, you hope that the Colts or the Dolphins falter a couple games here and you've got that tiebreaker. So the Raiders have it in their hands, but they got to go out and win those 2 games. Those 2 are the most important games. Because the Colts and the Dolphins, they're not showing any signs of slowing down. The Dolphins have been kind of this wonky team that's balling out a little bit. They got Fitzmagic back. He's you know what he can do. He can turn a game around, but he can also throw one away. So, you know, I see things in a positive light for the rest of this season, but it all depends on how the Raiders go out and play. If they go out and throw out, you know, terrible games like they did last year against the Jags and the Jets, they're not making the playoffs, right? But if we see the Raiders from this year against the Chiefs or against the Saints, the Raiders have beat good teams, and they hung in there against the Chiefs and almost beat them again, almost swept them. So if we get that Raiders team, I think we make the playoffs. If we don't, we're not making the playoffs. It's that simple. Bottom line, playoffs are in the Raiders' control. They have to go out and win some games. Can the Raiders win out? I think it's possible. You got the Jets, you got the Colts, you got the Chargers, you got the Dolphins, and you got the Broncos. The Jets should be... I don't even want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but the Jets should be an easy win. And then you're moving on, and you got the Colts. Colts are a good team. But like I said, if the Raiders come out and they play good football, they can beat the Colts. Chargers, they're a team that has some flash. But we've seen it already. Raiders have beat the Chargers. We can beat the Chargers. We can beat the Dolphins. We can beat the Broncos. The Raiders can win out. But they've got to bring their A game, and they can't come out flat. Derek Carr talked about it. Last week they had a whole week of flat practices, and it showed in the game. This has to be a lesson learned for this Raiders team, that if you take your foot off the gas pedal for even a second, you will get rolled on. This is the NFL. As bad as the Falcons have been, they've turned it around. They got a new coach. You can figure things out, right? The Jets haven't won a game, but they could go out there and slap the Raiders up if they show up flat. All these teams can play. Can the Raiders win out? Yes, I think they can. Will they? I don't know. It's up to them at the end of the day. But Derek has got to take a leadership role here and push these guys to be better. You can't have a week of practice that's bad. After the first day of bad practice, it's got to be nipped in the bud. So I'm looking for Derek Carr to step up and be a leader. He's had a great season so far, minus the Falcons game. But he's had a great season. And things look like they're clicking on the offensive side, except the Falcons game. So let's see. Can Derek get this team to bounce back and play the way they were playing before this last Sunday? I hope so. I like Derek Carr. I think he's doing a good job. But after a loss like this is when we see what this team is made of. I'm excited to see this game. Excited to see them bounce back. And if they don't, like I said before, we're in trouble. It's a real issue. Let's see what happens. Now, let's talk about some Raiders players that are drawing some attention, be it good or bad. Malik Collins, rated as the lowest interior defensive lineman in the NFL. He's on a 1-year prove-it deal. He's got the same D-line coach as he had before. What's the issue with Malik Collins? Apparently he was in the best shape of his career when he came in here, right? What's going on? I don't understand it. Mo Hurst has twice the amount of pressures he has in less than half the amount of snaps that Malik Collins has. And Hurst has been arguably our best defensive lineman this year. And he's missed a little bit of time, but Malik Collins is going on the IR. So that's going to open things up for guys like Mo Hurst and some of the other guys that we brought in. And, you know, it's not the worst thing in my opinion. You got a guy out here who's not performing. Sit him down, let him rest, get healthy, whatever he's got to do. Get the next guy up who's willing to fight. I don't see the fight in Malik Collins right now. Another player we brought in to help this defense out was Corey Littleton. And Bleacher Report says it's the Raiders' worst signing this year. And I'd agree. Littleton's got 15 missed tackles. That leads the NFL. Now, when we picked up Littleton and we picked up Kwiatkowski, I was quick to say Kwiatkowski might be my favorite pick, and he might end up being better than Littleton. And it turns out that I was right about that. Kwiatkowski's ranked as the number 4 linebacker in the NFL right now. Kwiatkowski's been more than good. He's been awesome this year, and I've loved watching him play. When I watched film, when we picked him up, I thought he had a different kind of fire, and that's what I liked about him. And he plays with it, man. He hits people. He's flying around the field. He's knocking passes out of the air. He's doing it all, man. And I'm super impressed with him, and I'm super stoked to have him going forward. There is one guy I was wrong about it, and I'll eat crow. Nick Morrow. This guy's stepping up, man. He's looking real good. And especially in the absence of Corey Littleton and the lack of production that he's providing, for Nicholas Morrow to step up and eat some snaps and play the way he's playing, I'm proud of him. Bravo. And, I'll eat my words. I hated on him. I said he wasn't going to be the one. And, I had a couple people in the last video I posted said that, Nick Morrow isn't the answer. And I don't know. He's playing really well. There's a few guys that have had Nick Morrow's back on my channel. And to them, I want to say, I think you guys might have been right. So cheers to you guys and cheers to Nick Morrow. I hope he keeps playing the way he's playing. We need it. Now let's jump into an injury report that's not looking very good. Jonathan Abram and Josh Jacobs will be missing Week 13's game against the Jets. Look for Eric Harris and Jeff Heath to step up at safety, and look for Devontae Booker and Jalen Richard to step up at running back. Devontae Booker has been good this year. We'll see how he handles a larger sample size, but I'm excited to see what he's got. And I just hope that Josh Jacobs stays healthy. I'm not too worried about that part of the game. I think Devontae Booker can handle the load, and I think we'll be all right there. At safety, Jeff Heath has been playing pretty well. We're going to have to see a larger dose of Eric Harris, which gets me weary, but I think we'll be okay. The other thing that kind of sucks is we got a lot of people that are, not practicing at this point. Isaiah Johnson, Trayvon Mullen didn't participate in practice on Friday. Isaiah Johnson's got a groin. Trayvon Mullen's sick. Maurice Hurst has been limited with the ankle and the calf. So this Raiders team is banged up. They're beat up and bruised. They're hurting mentally, emotionally, physically after last week's loss. And I mentioned it before. This is going to be a true test to see how this Raiders team can handle adversity. And you got two of your biggest players, Jonathan Abram and Josh Jacobs, are out. Two leaders on two sides of the ball. Let's see how they respond. We do have some good news about Trent Brown. He's been activated off the COVID list and was practicing, but it doesn't look like he's going to be playing this week. So maybe we look forward to Week 14, we get Trent Brown back. And with how shaky this offensive line was against the Falcons, that's going to be a big help. So fingers crossed we get a healthy Trent Brown for the rest of the season and into a playoff push. That's where we needed him this whole time. And, it's been a frustrating ride with Trent Brown, but, we've said it before. As long as we have him for playoffs or a playoff push, that's all that matters, right? So fingers crossed. Last little piece of news I want to touch on. Vic Beasley might end up seeing some playing time against the Jets. The coaching staff said it's a possibility. They're going to look at their options. I'd be excited to see him play. This defensive line needs some help, and this guy is a former first-round pick who was a sack leader. He's got potential, so let's see if he can find a new home here on the Raiders, and I'd love to see him out there against the Jets. Now, I'm not going to jump into the Jets and what they've got going for them or what they don't have going for them, because I don't believe that matters for this week. I think what matters is how the Raiders end up playing, right? I mentioned it before. If they go out there flat, they can get rolled by the worst team in the league. But if they come back and they play decent football, they should win this football game. We all know what the Jets are right now, and they are the least intimidating team in the league. They're the worst team in the league. They haven't won a damn game. So it's not about what the Jets got. It's about what the Raiders got or what they don't got. Do they have heart? Do they have enough in the tank to make a playoff push? We'll see on Sunday. We'll see. And there's really nothing else to talk about. The Raiders have to bounce back, and that's point blank, period. All right, you guys. It's good to be back. I'm glad that things are, falling into line in my life a little bit to where I can focus on things like this. And I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy to look forward to a week where the Raiders go out and have a good game. I don't think I can take a loss to the Jets. I don't think I can handle that. So they need to go out and win. That's going to do it from you guys. Peace out. Much love. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.